Hello and welcome to Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. I am Dr. Mahendra Dhakad, Assistant Professor, Gyan Vihar School of Education, Suresh Gyan Vihar University, Jaipur. Today we discuss about Suddhikriya Satkarmas. First we see concept of health. World Health Organization WHO not merely absence of disease but a state of general well-being of physical, mental, family and social level is health. So there are many facets of health and aspect of health: physical, mental, family and social. There are 4 aspects of health according WHO. Ayurvedic definition of health: some dosha samak निश्चय समाधातु मालक्रिया प्रसन्ना आत्मेन्द्रिय महास्वास्थ्य इताभिधीयति. Health is a state where in the tridosha digestive fire all the body tissue and components all the physiological process are in perfectly balanced state, and the soul, the sense organs or mind are in a state of total satisfaction, prasanna and content. Metabolic activity, catabolic activity and anabolic activity are combined is called metabolic activity. Digestion process, food equal digested material and waste. There is excretory system for disposal of waste, but all waste is not disposed of, results in accumulation of remainder waste in the body. It is the converted to toxins in body. Due to toxins, the absence of disease, state of some dosha, samagnischa, some dhatu, malkriya is disturbed. Detoxification is the physiological or medical removal of toxic substance from the body. It is mainly carried out by the liver and kidney. The main purpose is to restore homeostasis of the body. There are many methods found by medical science in modern times of detoxification. Suddhikriya Satkarma, the ancestor of origin of all detoxification methods. Suddhikriya, पतंजलि योग सूत्र, शौच संतोष तप स्वाध्याय ईश्वर प्राणिधान नियमा. शौच cleanliness, Patanjali expects cleanliness of body and mind. Suddhikriya according Hat Pradipika. If there be excess of fat or phlegm in the body, the 6 kinds of kriya duties should be performed first, but others not suffering from the excess of these should not perform them. मेदास लेस मदिकः पूर्वं सत्कर्माणि संचर्यते अन्यथा तु नाचर्यतानि दोषं संभवतः। शुद्धि क्रिया अकॉर्डिंग गेरण संहिता। गेरण संहिता गेरण मुनि recommend शुद्धि क्रिया सत्कर्मा as the mandatory first step. Only after this asan to be learned. This is in order to purify of nadis in the body. It is only after the body is pure and there is a free flow of prana within the nadis that one can practice the other aspect of yoga. UN Committee on Nutrition and Human Needs. During this century, the composition of an average diet has changed radically. Complex carb, fruits, veg and grain, which were the main components of diet for years, now play a minority role. At the same time, fat, sugar and so many other compounds have risen to the point where these dietary elements alone now comprise 60% of the total caloric intake. Liver and kidney cannot remove these compounds from the body. शुद्धि क्रिया सत्कर्मास धोत्री बस्ती ताती नेति लोली किस्त्रातकम तथा कपालभाति चेतानि सत्कर्माणि samcharet. The 6 kind of duties are dhoti, basti, neti, tratak, noti and kapalbhati. These are called the 6 action, 6 kriyas, 6 shuddhi kriyas. Satkarmaj, Satkarmaj. धोती, बस्ती, नेति, नोली, कपालभाति, त्राटक. A series of cleansing technique for digestive system is called dhoti. Washing and toning the large intestine, basti. A process of cleansing and purifying the nasal passage, neti. Massaging and strengthening the abdominal organs, noli. Breathing technique for purifying the respiratory tract, kapalbhati. And tratak is intense gazing at one point or object to develop power of concentration is called tratak. Human digestive system. First we understand about the human digestive system. The basic organs and fundamental organs. First we see pharynx, oral cavity, tongue, parotid, sublingual, submandibular, salivary glands. There are 3 salivary glands, and the esophagus. After the esophagus we come to the stomach, diaphragm, liver, gallbladder, duodenum, pancreas, pancreatic duct, common bile duct, small intestine, transverse column, ascending column, cecum, appendix, and small intestine, descending column, colon, sigmoid colon, rectum, and anal canal, and last is the anus. Anus is used for excrete vestige. Human nose and throat. Diagram the human nose and throat. The nose is nostril, nasal cavity, and hard portion, saltpeter, tongue, throat, pharynx, wall box, larynx, and ocal, the food canal. Dhoti. There are 4 types dhoti: वमन धोती, वस्त्र धोती, दंड धोती, and वारिशारी धोती. शंख प्रक्षालना. वमन धोती consume salty lukewarm water till the stomach is full. Consume salty lukewarm water till the stomach is full. आकंठ पाइपेट. आकंठ तक, यहाँ तक भर लेना है पानी को. स्टैंड इन बेंडिंग पोस्चर. और बेंडिंग पोस्चर में झुक जाना है. स्टैंड इन बेंडिंग पोस्चर. प्रेस फर्स्ट 3 fingers at the bottom of the tongue. Water will start coming out from stomach. Continue the process till almost all water comes out. This type Vaman Dhoti we perform it. Benefits of Vaman Dhoti. This practice cleans the digestive tract of any undigested food particles lingering in the stomach and esophagus. This undigested food can eventually enter the body as toxins. Formation of toxins is prevented. Cleaning the stomach also removes gas, acidity, and indigestion. It removes extra mucus from the food pipe or esophagus. It helps to relieve asthma, bronchitis, and other respiratory problem. Dand Dhoti. Soft rubber tube is inserted through mouth, esophagus, into stomach. Stand in bending posture. Water will start coming out from stomach through the tube by siphon. Continuing the process till almost all water comes out. This is the process of दंड धोती. डंडा धोती भी कह सकते हैं आप इसको. Benefits of दंड धोती and वस्त्र धोती. वस्त्र धोती removes impurities from the intestinal tract, thereby detoxifying the stomach and esophagus region. It helps to remove gas, acidity, indigestion and enlargement of spleen. It helps to relieve asthma, bronchitis, cough and phlegm related problem. वस्त्र धोती. Take a soft clean cotton cloth 7 to 8 meter long and 7 to 8 centimeter wide. Soak the roll of the cloth in lukewarm salty water. Slowly swallow the cloth. Completely swallow the cloth with the last end in the hand outside the mouth. Perform Udyan and Agnisara. Slowly pull the cloth outside the mouth. जैसे वस्त्र धोती क्रिया. बेनिफिट्स ऑफ डंडा धोती एंड वस्त्र धोती. वस्त्र धोती removes impurifieds from the intestinal tract, thereby detoxifying the stomach and esophagus region. It helps to remove gas, acidity, indigestion and enlargement of spleen. It helps to relieve asthma, bronchitis, cough and other cough or phlegm related problem. Contraindications for dhoti. Do not practice when there is injury in pharynx, esophagus or stomach. Should not be attempted by those who are suffering from hernia, severe abdominal problem and chest pain, headache, fever, high blood pressure, heart problem, any serious digestive disorder and acute condition of any disease. Ladies should not practice during pregnancy. It should only be used to get relief from hyperacidity, as it stimulate the gastric juices. Shank Prakshalan. Start the process early in the morning at 6 to 7 am. Initially drink 2 glasses of lukewarm salty water as quickly as possible. In a sitting position, from the following 6 asana, dynamically 6 times each. In all 6 asana in one round. Practice second round in the correct order as explained below. First Tadasana. Keep the feet apart 16 to 18 inch from each other. Lift both the arms in front. Bring it to shoulder level and interlock your fingers. Take interlocked hands up and face the palms up. Straighten your arms. Lift your heels up and stretch your body in upward direction, step for a while and then release it. Repeat this asana for 6 times and then go for another asana. This is Tadasana. Triakat asana. Triakatad asana. Take the same position as Tadasana without lifting the heels. Stretch the body up and bend toward left from waist and hold the position for same time. Come back to pre-position and relax. Bend towards right and hold for some time. Come back to pre-position and relax. Repeat it from the right side. This complete first round. Do 6 rounds continually. Triakatadasana. You see in this picture. Kati Chakrasana. Take distance between both the legs of about 16 to 18 inch. Raise your arms sideways to shoulder level. Palms of the hands facing downwards and parallel to ground. Turn from the waist towards left, keeping the arms parallel to ground. Bend right arm in elbow and turn around your body and put the hand on the left shoulder. Bend left arm in elbow and turn from back twist around the waist towards right. Turn your neck towards the left and give twist to whole body towards left. Remain still for a while in this position and then release the asana. Repeat this asana for 6 times and then go for another asana. This is Kati Chakrasana. Triyaka Bhujangasana. Prone position. Bring both hands near the chest and place palms on the ground. Keep the fingers together, pointing front except the thumb drawn towards the body. Touch the forehead to the ground and raise the forehead. Bend the neck backward. The distance between the legs should be 10 to 15 inch and touch the toes on the ground by stretching backward. Bend the right hand in elbow and keeping the left hand straight from waist and give twist toward left along with neck. Release this position and repeat from right side and complete 1 round. Repeat this asana for 6 times. Rakars asana. Take this Udarkars asana. Take distance between two legs of about 8 to 10 inch. Bend the knees, touch the soles and sit down. Put both the hands on the knees, bending the elbow. With the help of left hand, press the left knee towards right foot, but don't. Lift up the right leg up in this position. Give the pressure of right thigh to left thigh. Remain still in this position for a while and then release. Repeat this asana for 6 times. Kakapadasana, Komachal Asana. Take the same position as Udkars Asana. Put your left leg in front of about 1 feet and bend the right knee towards the left foot. Lift the right knee up and put it 1 foot towards, and at the same time left knee towards the right foot. In the same way, move toward and walk for about 20 feet by following same step. काकापादासन, कौवे की चाल. शंख प्रक्षालना, drink Drink 2 glass of lukewarm saline water and repeat all the asana each 6 times. If you need to go to the toilet, go and empty your bowels. If they have not yet been emptied, do not strain. It is not essential at this point. Drink 2 glasses of water and repeat 2 rounds of the asana. When you feel to go to toilet, leave the particular asana and go to toilet, and then come back and continue. As pressure increase, less stools and more water will be evacuated. Eventually, cloudy yellow water and finally almost clear water will be evacuated, but it varies from person to person. The speed at which one complete the practice should not be compared with that of others. Stop the activity when clear water will be evacuated. Total rest for about 1 hour to 45 minutes is essential after the practice of Shankh Prakshalan. In Shavasana position, one should not sleep as it may result in a cold or headache. Try to maintain complete silence because during this time the whole digestive system is given a chance to recharge itself. Passing urine at this time is perfectly normal. Before and after the practice, Shankh Prakshalan is not just a practice which takes 3-4 hours on the weekly day off. It is actually a complete physiological overhaul. It begins from the night before the practice when a light meal is eaten. The next morning bath should be taken early as no bathing is permitted during or after Sank Prakshalan, even on the hottest day. After completing the flushing of the intestine, Kunjal Kriya and Neti Kriya should be performed, followed by a compulsory 30 to 45 minute rest. However, sleep must be registered in order to avoid complete cessation of intestinal activity. After rest, a liquid type khichdi of rice, moong dal and a little haldi turmeric is taken along with 2-3 teaspoon of ghee, clarified butter. A sufficient quantity, generally 2 or 3 full plates of khichdi and ghee must be taken to realign and intestinal walls and reactivate gastric motility. Khichdi may be eaten again when hunger is felt, and a good amount of water should be consumed during that afternoon 2-4 hours after the initial intake. No other food, drink, sweet, etc. are permitted in any form. During that day, there should not be any movement which creates excitement, tension, or change of temperature, as the body is in the sensitive state and vulnerable to cough, cold or fever. Sitting in the sun, strenuous walking, bathing, sports, cinema, outings, marital relationship, work, sitting under a fan or in a air conditioner room must be avoided, as again change in body temperature or excessive physiological activity will be overtaxing. Resting quietly in the best procedure. No yoga asana should be practiced for 2 days until the tissue and process have completely recovered. Following the practice, when the mind and body are in a pure and tranquilized condition, there is a great opportunity for practice mona, likhit jap, study of spiritual book. This gives the practitioner a chance to come back to earth again. Food restrictions. From the following day after the Sank Prakshalana, a modified, preferable salt-less diet consisting of khichdi, dal, boiled sabji, roti, dalia, rice and some haldi is taken. All dairy products including milk, cheese and dahi, curd are prohibited, and sweets, fruits, tea, coffee, processed and refined foods sour, sour, bitter, peanut and spicy foods, chili, egg, onion, garlic, potatoes and any other underground vegetables, tomato and eggplant are also restricted. Other items such as alcohol, meat, khenny and tobacco are prohibited for another 2 weeks. If the correct diet is strictly followed, the full effect of Sank Prakshalana is then felt during this next 2 week period. Any alteration in adherence to the rules generally causes a disturbance sense, if not immediately, then at the later date. This is because during this important period, the intestines are in a sensitive condition as they are increasing the correct internal medium. The correct acid alkaline balance as well the protective cellular lining on the intestinal wall which has been removed must be fully restored and a suitable bacterial flora re-established. Following the initial 2 week period, normal diet may be resumed. Laghu Sank Prakshalan. It is shorter version of Sank Prakshalan. Start the process early in the morning at 6 to 7 am. Initially drink 2 glasses of lukewarm salty water as quickly as possible in a sitting position. Perform the above 6 asana dynamically 6 times each. In all 6 asana in one round, practice 2 rounds in the correct order as explained. Repeat the process of drink 2 glass of water and performing 6 asana for 3 times. Stop the process and rest in Savasana. If you get called to go for toilet, you can go. Benefits of Sank Prakshalana. Shankha Prakshalana is not just a practice concerning the stomach and intestines, but is the throughout cleansing technique. It creates a repair action which affects the lungs, nervous system, skin, sinus area, the whole body, continuing while the person follows the regime of special food and asana. In this way, we see the reduction of some many disease conditions, diabetes being the most notable, and a positive step in the direction of good health. The benefit for the serious yogic practitioner is a lighter, more flexible physical body. The various metabolic acid and chemical waste causing stiffness, lethargy and heaviness such as lactic acid and uric acid are washed away. A clearer and more alert mind is experienced as with fasting, but without the irritating feelings of an empty stomach, as intake of toxic substance must be curtailed. It is at this time that many people leave cigarette, alcohol and other habits permanently. This is a time of revision where life change, direction, new food, new habits, and the foundation for a new positive, fresh view of life are set. Sankt Prakshalana limitations and contradictions. Naturally, with such an effective and powerful practice, as with all kriyas, there are limitations as to who is fit to practice. Obviously, suffers from ulcers, heart disease, blood pressure, high and low, epilepsy, or kidney failure are not permitted to do Sankt Prakshalana except under medical supervision. Although a shortened from the practice, Laghu Sankt Prakshalana may sometimes be prescribed. In general, the practice is contradicting during fever. A clear sunny day must also be chosen, and during the monsoon season, practice is restricted to only very fine days. Otherwise, there is the likelihood of cough, cold and fever due to sudden temperature changes. Although there are many restrictions, rules and regulations, Sankt Prakshalana is a practice which is certainly worth undertaking. Initially, this seems to be much involved. However, when the proper preparations are made and there is a relaxed atmosphere and correct guidance during the practice, the whole process is carried out as easily and simply as performed the routine daily asana practice. Basti. Basti Kriya. In modern medical language, it is called as enema, Jal Basti. Rubber catheter is inserted in the anal canal. Water is sucked in through the anus through catheter by doing Uddiyana. It cleans anus and rectum. स्थल बस्ती और सूखा बस्ती performed by some methods as above, but with air. Benefits of basti: the large intestine can have impurities stuck to its walls. Such don't get expelled for days. Basti removes these impurities and cleans the colon, thus detoxifying the large intestine. It relieves gas formation in the large intestine. Basti is a common practice used in Ayurveda and naturopathy for detoxification of body. Basti helps those who go on long fasts. During long water fast, the regular stool movement are almost absent. At lot of toxins get expelled from the body and is pushed into the small and large intestine. These toxins have to be taken out of the body. Usually an enema is given to remove these impurities stuck to the intestinal walls. Those who know Basti can practice it to get the enema effect. Contraindications for Basti. Basti should not be practiced by anyone with high blood pressure, hernia, or any serious digestive ailments. It should not be practiced by a dysentery patient. Jalneti. Jalneti procedure. Stand with some distance between your feet. Bend your spine in 60-degree angle and neck titled to right as shown in the picture above. Now according this picture, now put the spout of the Jalneti pot into your right nostril, upper nostril, and keep your mouth open so that the water passes easily through your right to left nostril. If you tilt your head, lift your head too much, or try to breathe through your nose, then the water enters your throat instead of going to the left nostril, but it will not cause you any harm. Now repeat the same process with the neck titled to left side. Jalneti benefits. It acts as a nasal irrigation technique to get rid of all the bacteria and dirt that have been trapped by the mucus within the nose. The risk of suffering from disease such as bronchitis, and asthma can be reduced by practicing this technique regularly. Several people have the tendency of breathing from the mouth because their nasal passages are blocked by mucus. Jalneti can help reduce this tendency, thereby reducing the risk of suffering from several diseases and infections. This technique can help get rid of the excess heat within the body, which has a soothing effect on the brain and the rest of the body. Therefore, several health problems like migraines, hysteria, mental tension, hypertension, and depression can be elevated through this technique. Certain type of ear disorders which include tinnitus, middle ear infections and glue ear. It is very helpful in draining out the sinus cavity and all the dirt and bacteria within it. This sinus irrigations reprograms the body and mechanism against infections such as allergies, high fever and sinusitis. It also helps alleviate upper respiratory complaints which include post nasal drip and inflammation of the tonsil, sore throats and cough. People who are trying to quit smoking should try neti on the regular basis since it reduces the tendency of breathing through the mouth. Contraindications of Jalneti. If you suffer from persistent nose bleeding, you should not do Jalneti consistently. Experience difficulty passing water through the nose may indicate a structural blockage, so you should seek medical advice. Sutraneti. Carefully insert the sutra into one of the nostril and gently push it through the nasal passage until it reaches the back of the throat. Reach for back into the throat with the first two finger using the as a pincers to take hold of the sutra. The sutra is grasped between the first two fingers and draw out the mouth, but still leaving some of sutra inside the nose. Hold each end of the sutra and then gently flow back and forth a few times. Rings of sutra and perform the same on the opposite nostril. Benefit of Sutraneti. Sutraneti has benefits similar to that of Jalneti. The nasal cavities can get clogged with impurities which may cause infections, inflammations and headache. Sutraneti can give the following benefits. It helps to maintain the nasal hygiene by removing the dirt and bacteria trapped along with mucus in the nostril. It desanitizes and sensitive tissue inside the nose, which can alleviate rhinitis, allergies and some type of asthma. Several health problems like sinusitis, migraine, headache can be reduced by doing Sutraneti. Contraindications of Sutraneti. Persons suffering from enlargement of adenoids, massage of lymphoid tissue at the upper end of the air and food passages. The tonsils should not practice rubber neti. Any injury due to rubber catheter may cause severe bleeding in case of enlarged adenoids, especially patients suffering from high blood pressure, but Jalneti can be practiced. Person who have had a recent within 1 year sinus puncture operation or middle ear surgery should avoid Jalneti because the water may get locked up in the sinus and give headache or enter in the middle ear to cause discomfort and pain. He and she can practice Sutra Drabar Neti under proper guidance. If there is any injury in the nasal passage or nasal bleeding, epistaxis, don't practice Neti without guidance. Patients suffering from inflammation of nasal septum, nasal polyps and conjugation of nasal mucus should undergo guidance for practicing Sutra Neti. Reflex action. Kriya develops voluntary control over involuntary reflexes. Dhoti practice develop mastery over omitting reflex. Neti practice develop mastery over sneezing reflex. Madhyanoli, Dakshinanoli, Vamnoli, rectus abdominis muscles, Noli and Loliki. Noli is a powerful technique which massages all the organs in the abdomen. The stomach, the liver, spleen, urinary bladder, pancreas, gallbladder and the intestine. This helps to maintain perfect health of the lower organs. The key to perfecting Noli is the ability to isolate the muscles called rectus, abdominal muscles in the abdomen. These muscles are found on either side of the abdomen, running vertically and parallel all the way from the lower ribs on the top to the pubic region at the bottom. There are three basic practice in Noli. When this muscles is isolated to the left, it is called Vam Noli, and when it is isolated to the right, it is called Dakshini Noli. When both the left and right muscles are contracted to the center, is called Madhyama या Madhyanoli. After from this rotation of the muscles is also practiced. Noli must be learned in the presence of a qualified yoga instructor. The best time to do the practice is early morning when the stomach and the bowels are empty. After heavy meal, one should wait for at least 5 to 6 hours before attempting this practice. Do not overdo the practice as it may cause indigestion and loose motion. In such cases, discontinue the practice for few days and take guidance from a yoga expert. Benefits of Noli Kriya: improvement of venous outflow, stimulation of large intestine, strengthening of respiratory muscles, stimulation of peripheral blood circulation, inclusion of parasympathetic nervous system, calm relaxation, lowering of arterial pressure, improvement of blood circulation in pelvic organs, stimulation of endocrine system, hypofunction of the pancreas and liver, bile expelling effect, dyskinesia of bilious channel, hypofunction of a gallbladder, venous blood flow, contraindications for noli, hernia, pregnancy, hypertension, heart disease, ulcers, gastrointestinal ailments, pain when or after practicing. Tratak. It is defined as focusing your eyes with concentration on the point or on the flame of the lamp continuously without blinking. It is training of eyes by means of not movable fixing of eyeballs in this or that gaze, to gaze steadily at a fixed point. Type of Tratak. There are two types of Tratak, Bahirang and external Tratak, Antarang or internal Tratak. Bahirang is easier to practice because one simple has to gaze at an object or symbol. Antarang Tratak involves clear and stable inner visualization of an object. Object can be candle flame, river, rising sun, Om, etc. Jyoti Tratak. Place a candle at eye level, gaze steady at the candle flame till tears start coming out from eye. The closed eyes observing a light spot without allowing its movement and by forecasting. To cover eyeballs by warm palm, strengthening brightness of a light spot. Gaze at the after image of the flame in the space is front of the closed eye before its disappearance. To repeat 2-3 times, point first to fifth. It is possible to practice a Tratak from 5 to 20 minutes daily in the absence of contradictions. This is a Jyoti Tratak. Benefits of Tratak: purifies the eyes, strengthens the eyes muscles and improves vision and memory, helps with sleeping difficulties and bedwetting, strengthens the ability to concentrate and is therefore recommended for school children, develops intuitions to the ability to visualize and improves willpower. Contraindications for Tratak. Tratak is not suitable for people with psychic problem. Those who have a tendency towards schizophrenia and hallucination should not practice Tratak. Kapalbhati. Sit on the flat floor and fold your legs. Keep the spine straight and close the eye. Keep the right palm on right knee and left palm on left knee. Exhale out completely. Take a deep breath. Do active exhalation. Exhale with all your force so your stomach will go deep inside. Do not stress on inhaling. Inhalation should not involve any effort. Inhaling will be done automatically after each exhaling. Should not practice very fast. Speed of practice should be medium. Benefits of Kapalbhati. It improves the function of the lungs and other respiratory system. Improves the function of reproductive system. Cures erectile dysfunction naturally. Improve the function of pancreas. Helps to produce insulin hormone naturally. It removes toxins from the body and helps to clean an internal system. Calm the mind and bring stability in mind. Very effective in weight loss. Helpful in reducing belly fat. Keeps depression away and brings positive thoughts. Helpful in curing respiratory disease as asthma, allergy and sinus. Cures for constipation, acidity and diabetes, asthma and all kinds of respiratory troubles, sinus, even hair loss. Cures kidney problem and low down the high creatinine level. Improves the function of kidney. Contraindication for Kapalbhati. Avoid if you have an artificial pacemaker, stent in inserted, backache due to slip disc, abdominal surgery done recently, suffering with epilepsy or hernia during and shortly after pregnancy, people with hypertension and heart problem should practice under a yoga expert guidance. Summary of the whole lecture: cleansing activation, better blood flow to the underlying organs, mastery over involuntary reflexes, stimulation followed by deep rest, Satyr, Tamas and Satya, Tamas and Rajas. Thank you very much.